During some of my wellness parties, I love to take the time to plan a little for my self-care with my lady friends. It can be so rewarding and motivating to do it together. Doing something together is a great way to stay motivated, as well as an incentive to stay in touch about your updates throughout the weeks or at your next wellness party. So, how do you do it? Number 1, you can brainstorm some ideas together of what you'd like to do to improve your well-being. You can use one of these pretty sheets provided to jot down your notes. Number 2, answer some of the journal prompts to help you gain clarity on the reason for working through your goals and how you can best get started. Number 3, think of a certain time or day that you will make the time to do it. If it's a certain day of the week, give yourself some names or titles to help clarify them for you or maybe help keep you focused. Making something fun and joyful always has some benefits towards working through our goals. Number 4, get real detailed about what you want to accomplish for your self-care, or what you want to include to make it extra special and purposeful, or maybe uplifting or relaxing. Number 5, choose one or more of the templates that I've made for you to help you get organized and to stay on track with your plans, as well as to help beautify and inspire your planning process. And as a gentle reminder, self-care is not self-indulgent. We can't give from an empty well. We must nurture and take care of ourselves first. Then we can begin to give from our overflows. And as we plan for our self-care or set some goals, most importantly, don't forget to enjoy the ride and let it take you wherever it chooses to. Staying focused is good, but keep in mind to also stay flexible along the way as you notice those things that make you really happy. When we finally take the time to stop and start doing those things that are good for us, we can get some new ideas along the way of things that would light us up or that we'd like to include in our goals and plans. A little detour or altered path is okay too, because it's the process of learning to care for yourself that matters most. It's the lessons learned and the simple joys that you experience along the way that will stay with you forever. So as you set some self-care goals for yourself, you can ask these questions. What exactly do you want? Why do you want it? How will you do it? What can you start with? And here is a self-care habits tracker. You can include the month that you're working on, and you can write your habit here and then check off the little box every time you've done it. There's 31 boxes, so there's one for each day of the month, and you can write up to 7 habits that you'd like to work towards. And here's some positive words to tell yourself, remind yourself. I love to include those on my planner sheets, setting goals sheets, because it's a little boost of inspiration and motivation. I allow myself to make the right choices for me. This is all about loving kindness to myself. It's okay for me to have fun along the way. I embrace where I'm at today. This is a special gift to myself. I give myself room to grow. Each habit fills me with joy. I celebrate my small wins. I'm relaxed and at peace. I'm on the right path. I'm confident in this. I care for myself. So here's another page, Goals for Self-Care, with a beautiful quote that says, "Keep taking time for yourself until you are you again." And this is a week's overview in each area of self-care. So you can print this out for a certain week that you want to delve into your self-care habits or routines, or you can print one out for each week. And you include here something about each aspect of self-care that you want to make progress in, or a little goal. Remember, it can be one little step. It can take 5 minutes, Starting small is key, because if we do this grand plan and then we end up not doing it, that's not very good for our self-care. It will make us feel guilty and shameful or stressed and overwhelmed. So just be kind to yourself, be gentle with yourself, and listen to your heart. Do those things that you can control, not what's out of our control. Because if self-care becomes just one more thing on your to-do list or a dreadful chore, you lose the point, the joy, and the full benefit from it. Sprinkle splashes of kindness and bubbles of joy along the journey, and watch yourself come alive. Here's your self-care 30-day tracker. Again, you can add the month that you want to work through, and there's a little box for each day of the month. You can list here some routines or some habits or some things to try out, taking exercise, going out in nature, skincare, and here you can write the reason for your goals. To me, if I'm very clear on my why, then it helps me and keeps me motivated on the how. And here's a page that you can write, doodle, or draw things that are good for your body, good for your mind, good for your soul. So you can have a blast with this page, and it's free to use however you wish. You get to create your own safe space as you learn to accept yourself more fully and love yourself more deeply, support yourself more willingly, and treat yourself the time and attention you deserve to walk on this joyful journey of self-care, feeling more calm and centered, and growing into a beautiful, blooming you. Here are some 5-minute boosters to personalize and fill in the blanks. I love reminding myself of these, and each time I tell them to myself, I can personalize it to what I'm going through at the moment. And that's what makes it so meaningful and so heartful, those wisdom words, exactly what I need in the moment. Here's another self-care planning page or goal-setting page. These are the different areas of well-being, and some things you could include are some things you feel really good about doing in each area of self-care, how you celebrate your small wins and accomplishments in these areas, or you can write those things that light you up and give you a sense of fulfillment, how you want to incorporate more joy into these areas. You could add some self-care routines and habits that you look forward to, or the things that you enjoy most about each of these categories. Maybe how you feel when you pay attention to those things, or how you want to feel. So fill this up however you wish, whatever would be most meaningful for you and most beneficial for your self-care. And remember, the art of making time for you can become one of your greatest joys. And here's a page to write a little bit more details about your goal. So it's on the topic of, is it a certain aspect of self-care or well-being? You could include here your current circumstances or situation, maybe your expectations for this goal. Don't forget to be aware of your frustrations or maybe fears or what's holding you back. And then, of course, jot down your wins as you make progress, as you grow in this area. And remember, you are your own experiment. You are your own work of art. As important as it is to have a plan for doing work, it's perhaps more important to have a plan for rest, relaxation, self-care, and sleep. So this is what it's all about, self-care. Making a plan for those things that we really need and that so often get pushed aside because of our other long lists of to-dos. Just remember that this is a time for you to plan for your self-care so that you can get it done.